Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Fangirlz Assemble. We've assembled. Happy Sunday.
How is everyone?
Yeah, how's everybody
James?
doing? James? Emoji, how's everyone? How are you faring this Sunday? Hopefully your weather is as good as ours is right now. Fingers crossed it stays that way.
I know. I mean, I don't like how hot it's going to get, though.
Well, Kentucky weather sucks.
Yeah.
I've never been good at humid weather ever.
Same.
But I love being inside when it's hot.
Yeah.
I love the fan.
The nice AC, the fans. Yes.
Summer's great when you're inside.
I'm so with you.
I took a little morning walk, so I got my outside time. But
nice.
Now I get to stay inside all day.
Love that for you.
I love it for me too. You
know what else I love for you?
What?
I love when you get great deals on your collected editions.
Yeah?
Me too. Sometimes.
Where can I go?
There's a place. Things are like 50% off or more.
What?
Isn't that wild?
That's
it's called
wild.
InStockTrades.com, our great sponsor. Check them out. Right on the front, you're going to see a deals category.
Oh.
Everything there's like 50% off.
There are so many deals.
So many deals.
Crazy.
Check out the new releases. Figure out what you need, which is a lot. There's even a wish list feature if you want to save for later. I do that a lot.
Oh yeah, Barda just dropped the graphic novel for that by Ngozi Ukazu.
Yeah.
Our favorite. Check please.
Yes, I'm going to read that for sure.
And it looks very cute. It was on my looking forward to read for the year list.
Absolutely. So grab that. And if you grab $50 or more and you're in the States, guess what you get?
What?
For shipping.
No way. Girl. In this economy?
I mean, honestly, all the thresholds for these websites just keep going up and up and up.
But they're like, hey, don't worry, $50. And if you don't spend $50, it's fine. $4 shipping, baby.
Flat rate.
I just hit myself in the face. That's how excited I am. I love making InStockTrades ads. It's my favorite.
I mean, and they're the best, truly.
They are.
The best.
They treat me well. They treat me good. I'm happy with them. There's some new book out. Apparently, it has a lot of pugs on the front, but it looks terrifying. Real quick.
Show me.
Real quick, before we talk about the book, I need you to see this. What is happening?
Oh, hold on. What's it called?
Hogbook and Laser Eyes.
Oh, some weird Fantagraphics title.
These two single 40-something signed up for OK Cupid. And the name is Hogbook and Laser Eyes. I went a date and then another, and soon. Anyways. But they have pug housemates, including Blueberry and Bird. And Elder Wand and Pair Betty and Arnold. Oh my God. It's all about
Maddie, you have to do it. Add it to the cart. Yes.
That name is familiar. Maria Bamford.
She's a comedian.
Yeah.
She's a comedian. That's funny.
Wait, let me look that up because I have to see the face.
I definitely want to read that 100% now.
Oh my God, that Maria Bamford.
Yeah, Maria Bamford.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know she had pugs.
See, you go to InStockTrades and you find new stuff all the time you didn't know about it. Love that.
Oh my gosh,
She's great.
That's great. Of course she has pugs. I remember growing up watching a lot of her stuff on Comedy Central. I love her little voice.
Yeah.
Just little voice.
She's so weird in the best way.
So weird.
Yeah.
Oh man. Good. She's got a lot of pug pictures. That's good. All right, I'll be checking that out later.
Yeah.
Because I'm a simple woman. I love pugs. My pug is right there. He's doing his best.
He's what?
He's confused a lot because he's old. No, but he's so cute.
He's adorable.
Okay, so this pick for today was a selfish one of me. I don't know how it's gonna go. OSHI no Ko.
That's right.
Volume 1. There will have to be a little bit of spoilers here. However, I will say Volume 1, it covers the first episode of OSHI no Ko, which is an hour and a half long. I mean, we'll have to talk about the premise, but first I want to know what's your thoughts?
I feel like maybe you should recap the premise and then we'll go through it.
Okay,
because
so
I don't want to say anything that's jumping into.
Okay,
yeah.
So here's the premise of this, basically. So we start out, we're introduced to this doctor. He's a gynecologist. Well, I think he does multiple things. So like I think he's like it's a rural doctor, so it's the kind where you do everything. You are taking care of people with cancer. You are the gynecologist. You're your regular kind of practitioner. And you see him taking care of a younger patient that's really into idols. She's a young girl with cancer. So? No, I think she's like
older than
12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she is still she's I think like a preteen kind of age. She's obsessed with idol and idol culture. That's kind of what's keeping her going. And she dies. It's okay, guys. just
it'll be fine.
And he is like, you should become an idol one day. When you're an idol, I'll become your fan. And then we're introduced him in current day, and he's still a fan of like the idol that she was a huge fan of, just basically because of her. It was like because he's really sad that she's gone, and it's
to keep her memory alive. Kind of.
Yeah, he is just kind of like adopted that in that way. Now there were a couple weird comments about the dating thing, but of the idol, we'll get to that. None of that ever happens again. But then someone walks in, and it is that idol, OSHI no Ai, who is pregnant. She's 16. She's pregnant. Now in Japanese idol culture, that's a ruiner. Even idols dating is a ruiner for a career. And so they've come here because they want to be remote. Her manager's there, and he's like, "Oh my god, this is my idol. I don't know how to react to this because I'm so excited. I can't believe it's her. She's perfect. She's amazing." It's like that, obsession, but like as the word idol is perfect in this situation because there's like a idolization of a person. And he's like, I'm committed as your fan to make sure you have a good delivery. And she's having twins, so she stays there. They talk, they get to know each other. He's like, I'll make sure I'm here to deliver your twins. They get close. But right before she's about to go into labor, she calls him. Well, I guess rather than he sees a stalker outside the hospital. He's like, I gotta get him away because he knows she's here. She's not safe. He ends up dying. And he's so scared because he's trying to get thrown as he can't. But he's not thinking about himself, he's thinking about I, because he's like, I'm supposed to help her deliver. And so a lot happens on this first thing. But then he wakes up and he has been reborn as one of her kids, as one of the twins, Aqua. And we learn that the other twin is the young girl that had died. And so they are raised as her kids. I think I will have to spoil the ending for us to talk about this. So we spend time with them being raised by her. It's odd because they are both aware. Even though they've been reincarnated, they have the same memories that they did. They say they have like all the mental capacity. And we'll talk about the specifics because there's some funny bits in there. But they are raised by her. They're trying to support her. OSHI no Ai, she's still doing well for herself. She's expanding. She's going into acting and other things. But it ends because one day she is murdered. Someone shows up at the door. It's this really sad scene. She's stabbed to death and she's holding her baby. Like she's holding her kid with her. And as it ends, the son, this doctor's reincarnated. It was like, I'm going to find out who did this. And it's like this crazy face. Like, he's like, this is what I'm doing now. It must be whoever my father is. He must be the one who orchestrated this. And that's where we are. And I remember getting to that point. I was like, what? Because I heard nothing about this. I'd seen the pictures. I was aware that maybe she would die, but I didn't know anything. And I got to the end and I was like, I'm sorry, this is a revenge story. I didn't know what is happening. So that's it's a lot in volume 1. That's the story. What did you think?
Okay, let's start toward the beginning, which I feel like we had to go through that whole thing because
you do talk.
There's a journey, and
it's hard to talk about it because it's like
okay.
So much
yes, and I have to start out by saying there's a lot of weird manga out there. I think the premise to this is so weird. The whole time I was like,
weird.
Toward the beginning, especially, I was like, "This is so weird. What am I reading? Like, so weird. Such a weird concept."
Because like one of the first parts he's reincarnated, right? There's like breastfeeding. He's like, no. Yeah. he's like
absolutely not.
And then the girl was like,
she's like, I'm a girl, it's fine. And I'm like, is it? Like,
and he's like, I don't know about that, but
so weird, just bizarre, right? And I'm like, what am I reading? And of course, when before he dies and he's the doctor, he makes weird comments about because someone's making fun of him for liking this idol who's 16.
Yeah,
and he's like, I would never. Thankfully, he was like, I'm not in this. I don't want to date her. That's not, But there were still weird comments. It was weird. Yeah. And I was like, ew, I don't like that. But you're right. It didn't happen again, at least in this volume. I don't
know. Which I appreciate because they could have been weird about it. But he's like super respectful.
Yeah.
Like, especially once being reborn. He's like, but which is it's common in Japanese like fan cultures where it's like, well, this idols, they seem as not a real person. It's like, this is an entity.
Which is wild in itself, right?
Yeah.
They're also the struggle of like, so one, these twins don't know their former identities to each other. So they have no idea. And of course, when he was her doctor, like they got close and she really felt very fondly for him and that idol, and that's it.
Yeah, because there's a point where she's like, I want to be with you. And he makes the comment, which I brush off as like I want you to live sort of thing. But she's like, I want to be yours. I love you. And he's like, that's nice. Maybe when you're 17. And I was like, oh,
she was also like,
make it.
Also,
it's not gonna make it. But that's like her first love. Which,
and she didn't have a lot of experiences when she was growing up because she was dealing with all of these medical problems. And now she's getting to experience more in her life as a child. When they just start talking, though, I'm like, none of these adults are confused. Like, how do they have a vocabulary?
Which I love, because I think there's got to be a way they communicate. I guess they communicate away from adults. But I love, there's this great moment, because in the middle of all this, they're just living as kids while their mom / idol, right, is working and doing this stuff. And the manager's wife is like been chosen to be their babysitter. And I love that stupid moment because she's like, you know what? I hate this job. I didn't get into this for this. I'm not a mom. I'm not a babysitter. I just wanted to marry a handsome guy. You know what? I'm going to make a lot of money and sell this girl out. I'm going to take the birth records and I'm going to release it to like the media.
Kill her
make
career.
A lot of money at it and go marry a handsome guy. And they're like, oh shit, we got to do something. And so they like turn this like red light on. No, like, we are reincarnated. We are like Amaterasu, and you have to take care of us.
Which I love that she didn't believe at first, but then it kept going, and she was like, "Oh no, what's happening?"
Yeah, and they're like, "If you do this, you get to marry. You'll get your second husband by a handsome actor." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And what's great is as the series continues, she's like, she's just their mom, basically. She just does it because she loves them.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. And she's like a badass business lady, so she changes a lot. But
I will say, I'm curious about how there's interviews throughout like each chapter. Like they start each chapter. Do you already know what that is since you've been watching it, or
no? So they don't do that in the anime.
Oh.
So this is really cool, actually. So I'm not sure what this is going to be. I imagine, as you can kind of guess, based on like how I talk to them, right? Especially when she's dying. Because she's like, Aqua, I really think you would be a great actor. and Ruby, you would be a great idol. And it's so sad. And I wish I could see that. Can you imagine like a mom and daughter idol group? I was like, you can imagine that's going to be their paths basically in life. So I imagine there's going to be some sort of interview process to them, and maybe even like once they are famous or popular, maybe it'll get out about or maybe it's just about Aqua and Ruby as like entertainment twins or something. I don't know.
I'm thinking it has to be about their mother, and
I would love for it to get out about.
Yeah, I think that's 100% what's happening, because when they show her, they're like mother interview.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I'm curious how that's going to come together. Like maybe some like it's a true crime doc. Hire. I
would love that, because like it's because there's a lot of layers to it. Because it's what's great about this is that they show a lot of what the entertainment industry is like in Japan, and like how complicated it is, and how like unhealthy the relationship between fans and idols are. It's very interesting. And then also Ai herself is very odd.
Yeah. She struggles with like feeling love and saying I love you, and she never had that.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, again, I was reading this and I was like, this is so weird.
It's weird.
And then I get to the end though, and I was like, you got me with the end.
Yes,
you got me with the end.
That's what happens. I was like, where is this going?
Yeah, because I was like, what is this? Is this all it is?
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. It's the ending that got me, because I was like, before this, I was like, this is weird. Because its premise alone, I was like, okay, they're going along with her to jobs. They have their memory. I was like, if they find out about each other, that's weird because they're twins.
Yeah.
I was like, what's happening with this? Are they just going to support Ai until she's like better? Because like, we don't know who the dad is. Her going into being an idol, even though she's like, oh, I've never felt love. I don't feel love. I don't think I'd be good as an idol. And she's like, oh, I could just lie. Lying is the best form of love. You're like, what is happening?
You got some problems. Yeah.
You got some problems.
But yeah, because Aqua, like he was cast in a movie, he didn't want to be involved. They kind of made him because they were like, well, we'll give your mom a job. And he's like, fine. But he didn't want to be in show business. And then this whole thing happened, and he's like, it has to be my dad must have done this. And clearly my dad's in the entertainment industry. So that's what I'm doing. And I mean, it literally like toward the ending, it's like, not until I find that guy and kill him myself.
Oh yeah, show that face.
Yeah.
I don't have it near me.
He's very intense about it.
Oh, it's so good. I love it so much because like I don't know, there's a lot of levels to this. And so far there's 6 volumes out in English. Which basically it goes a little bit past where the anime ended last time, but the new season's coming out on my birthday, July 3rd. Thank you. Yeah, because Ruby's she's not cute into this at all. She's just like really sad. You know, she's just, you know, he's the one who's like, I think because he's older, he has a very different approach. It's almost like they got the two sides of Ai as well, even though they have their own personalities, which I think is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Where you have Ruby is the very like, she's obviously herself. And then you have Aqua, who is a little disconnected in a way.
Yeah, probably like more introverted and more like, obviously he can think deeper because he's way older.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just that's that ending. That ending got me. I was like, well, I have to read the rest.
God. Well, it's so heartbreaking too. Because you get to this point because she talks about how she doesn't know how to feel love or happiness. And there's a moment in here where she's performing and she sees online that they're like, oh, she's being fake. That smile's fake. She's not really being herself. But the twins convince their babysitter to take them to the concert. And they can't help but like, so Japanese concerts, right? Unlike our concerts where we just get to relax and cheer, there's a lot of like light sticks and like dancing along with things. It's a little stressful, I have to be honest. To remember, like it's to keep everybody engaged, but I am not a fan. But they can't help even though the little baby's doing the whole movements. And so she gets really excited and happy, and like that's her actual real. You can tell that she's now felt love with the kids that she didn't feel before, and they've recognized that. And then by the end, she never says "I love you" until she's dying, because she's like, I was so scared to say it and not mean it. But I love you so much. And God, poor Aki's a doctor, and he just has to be there. Her blood is like she's just dying, and he just has to be there. He can't do, and he knows exactly where the cut was. Like he can't do anything.
It's terrible. God. it's really messed up.
And the way it's drawn, it's rough. It's so rough. But yeah, that ending, I was like, I guess I'm in this forever. I guess I'm in this forever because I have to know what happens.
I get it.
I have to know who killed her because I don't know still.
I feel like this was set up in a way as well that like I'm sure I've read a manga that was set up this way with the volume 1, but it's been a long time. This was such a like here it is. Like here's the story, jump through time, and we're getting you to an ending that is very cliffhanger-y.
Yeah.
Where we can jump to the next one. Sure, there's other volumes that have been set up that way, but I think because so much manga is obviously put out chapter by chapter.
Yeah.
You don't always get that. But this was very like, here's the front to the back, right? And we're going to make sure someone's going to pick up the next volume. That's how it felt to me, which was very much like, it had a more Western feel with trades in that
absolutely.
way, right? Very calculated to the point where like, I can give you, here's the plot line, and I'm going to hook you with this end. Which was interesting because I feel like I don't usually feel that way with a manga volume. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, definitely not. It's one of those things that, like you and I'm happy they just hang out.
Yeah.
But it felt good. It felt good to have that hook. When my friend showed me, I was like, shit, let's watch. I was like, I have to watch all of it right now. And to the point where I watched 5 episodes with them, and then they left. I was like, Elliot, you have to watch this. So we restarted the whole thing. And then as like the manga came out, I was like, I would read it, then he would read it, and then we would discuss.
That's fun.
Because it's just like,
yeah, even like the insane Act 2 show business. I mean, they clearly like were like, here's what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're setting it up in these acts as well.
So I will tell you, so basically like the layout of this going forward, you have Ruby, who's just really trying to live her life. This is her opportunity to second life. She wants to become an idol, even though she's aware of kind of what happened with her mom, even though she didn't witness it, like Aqua did. And she's like, she's trying to become an idol. That's where she's going. So her life is like going over these things and trying to make this happen for her, which is great. All the cast of characters that you get are really cool. Everyone, again, it's showing how show business is. So like, what's it like when you're on a show and you're bullied to the point where you might want to die? What's it like when you're no longer relevant? How do you succeed in this business? How does it work when you're on a reality show? Are you playing yourself or someone else? It's all this. And you have Aqua that's only taking jobs if it means he can get close to somebody that might have killed his mom. He's like, no, I'm not interested. Oh, well, this person's going to be there. He like locks it, like, they're going to be there? I'll do it. Like, every time, he's like, I'm not going to do that. Like, oh, God, it's so good.
I'm going to have to invest in the rest somehow. Let's
go. In the
meantime,
if you do want to watch it, I'll give you my login.
Yeah, I feel like I should. I should.
Oh, they wrote so the band YOASOBI, who wrote the theme song, but they wrote the song for the show. So it's all about how it's really good. But it like puts in like it's just stuff about her. Like lying is the greatest form of love I could give. Like those kind of like lines are in there, and you're like, oh my God. But there's so many good bits in here too, because like Ruby breaks my heart because there's a point where she's at school and it's dance class, and she's like, I can't do it. because she still has that trauma from being in a hospital bed for most of her former life. And her mom goes to help, and she's like, "Oh, it's like you're ready to fall. It's like you're anticipating that you're going to fall." Because she had to be like that every time. She always had to have her arms ready. Because even she's walking, she's falling, but she knows all the dances in her head because she's been a super fan forever. And the way that she got to work on that and like have the opportunity, right? And like get better and get that. It's so. Poor little baby.
Yeah.
Oh. And that little redhead girl comes back that they acted with. Who was a bitch.
Oh, right. Sassy
She's great.
queen.
She's great. Honestly,
she's the Rachel Berry of the book. Yeah.
She's the she's the Rachel Berry of child actors in Japan. Oh, man, after this, there's a lot more like there's a seriousness, but there's still a lot of like humor. It's like you're just kind of waiting
for something intense to happen. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a lot of Aqua being like, "Oh, I don't feel anything," but then doing stuff that's really nice. And you're like, "Yeah, I know you're here to like find your mom's killer, but you didn't have to help that hard, though. You didn't have to do that."
Yeah.
So,
sounds good to me.
I'm glad you liked it. I was like, "There's some weird stuff in here." I was like, "It."
I mean, it's super weird, and I mean, even just explaining the concept, it's like, "Yep, that sounds weird."
It's weird. It is. I'm like,
weird. But somehow it works.
And so it's hard to like recommend because I have to be like, well, this is like the basic premise, and then there's also a murder mystery, but I can't say who,
Right.
But no one has gone to find this guy's body. No one's found this guy's body.
Oh yeah, because they're like, ends at that too, and he's like, they still haven't found my body. I'm like, where's your body at, bro? What's going on? Like,
we're 6 volumes in, and like,
still
that's got to come up eventually.
Yeah,
that's got to come up, and I've got to know about Eyes Past because she's just like, "Oh, I was in an orphanage," and I'm like, "I don't feel love." I'm like, okay.
And who's the dad? Yeah,
what's that about? Yeah, who's the dad?
Yeah.
If you don't feel love, why were you just like, "I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna have babies"? Did you do it because you were hoping to feel loved? I bet that there's no way that dad didn't tell that crazy fan. There's no way.
Well, and is the dad like some creepy older guy?
I don't know. Because it can't be the manager.
Yeah.
He didn't know who it was.
Well, he says he didn't.
But that feels weird, right?
To be it does feel weird. But he was always kind of shifty in some way.
He is shifty. His wife is way cooler than him, but
yeah,
I don't know. Okay, I'm glad you're in. I was like, I can't live alone in this. That's why I was like, I have to send this to you.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Watch it with the dad will be from the future. Oh God, who knows? Who knows with this?
They're adding some time travel elements. Yeah,
and also she's got really cool eyes. And then each of the twins has one cool eye.
I know. I kept being like, y'all can't see the one eye that they have.
No one noticed. No one noticed.
I just kept being like,
they're just like, okay.
All right. Yep.
Like, all right.
It's like, that's just Superman with glasses. Y'all can't notice this.
No one does.
No one.
It's like, this is fine. That's okay. And I love it because there's a bunch of moments that are just like, we love Ai, we love that her group Bikomachi. And everyone's like, that's really weird that you're obsessed with her. And no one thinks anything about it. And you're just like, can you just put two?
Just
like,
a little bit.
Y'all kind of look alike. That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. Oh, there's so many cute gifts of them doing the little, let me find it. So cute. The little gift of their little dance. If I write baby dance. Yeah. Yeah. It's so good. Is there a gif in here? Oh. Yeah. Okay. I'll just show you this because I think it's really cute. Look at them doing their little dance. What is that?
That's cute.
Ugh. That's the only bummer about reading it is that like the music is really good.
Mm.
And the animation is incredible. So you like miss out on that, but what are we gonna read next?
I feel like we picked that one. What? Something normal? We picked something, but I can't think of the name.
I don't know. I know, but we'll finish Battle Royale at the end of the month.
Yeah.
It should be good because let me look at the Sundays of the month. Oh, that's perfect actually, because that's like, yeah, because this is our second show. So if we do a show on the 23rd, yeah, because I'll be seeing you on the 30th.
Yeah, it'll work out.
That's 2 days before my nose surgery, so I'm good.
Nice.
My nose should be like fine by the time I see you. We'll just see.
I get it. I'm so stuffy right now.
I'm just gonna be like, hello. But they say it heals well. I'm like, okay. You say so. I'm gonna be able to breathe, everybody. I'm gonna be able to smell.
Love that for you.
I'm gonna smell everything. Which is good and bad.
Sure, yeah.
For a while, I was like, I should go ahead and have a kid. So that way, like for the first couple of years, I don't smell any of it. So it's good. But
then it's good to know also that it happened.
That's the other part.
Yeah. Like, oh, I need to change that. Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise.
Yep.
That's not great. And you don't get to smell like nothing's like smelling a baby's head, you know?
Mm.
Isn't that weird? Same with puppies. They smell good, so you protect them.
Yeah.
It's weird. You know what's also weird? If someone dies and is reincarnated as your baby.
That's actually probably the weirdest.
Yeah. Are you worried about that?
No. No, but I gotta tell you, every time a royal family member dies, and there's that, and then Trisha Paytas.
Oh my god! I the minute you said royal family,
it's my favorite thing of all time. I laugh every
Elizabeth
time.
Is my baby. Like
every time I laugh.
Trisha, please. I finally watched because I never really watched H3. I just like saw clips, so I didn't know the whole breakdown. But I finally like sat and watched. I think it was like Chronically Online Girl Explains.
Okay.
I watched her explain
Frenemies
from beginning, to end.
Yeah.
So now I am fully aware. So
I'm very invested. I was watching Frenemies as it came out.
Yeah.
So I saw that saga.
It's wild.
Yeah. It really is. Well, and now it's just like, not that anybody cares about this, but it's so weird because it's like they are legally in-laws now, and it's kind of just sad. It's kind of just really sad.
Yeah, because they don't talk, right? So like,
yeah, they don't talk. Yep.
And she's so weird.
Yeah. She's a lot.
She's like cultural appropriation as a person, just like her entire being.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just she's like, oh, here's a new one. I'm gonna take this one and talk about it very rudely. And you're like, whoa.
She's wildly entertaining, but
oh, absolutely. You're like,
but yeah, it's a lot.
She feels like early 2000s VH1 reality show era as a person. You know?
Yeah.
Like some I Love New York. Flavor. She feels like that. Like she was born from it. And then was just like, this is it. Also, Flavor Flav has been way too in the news lately for my liking. It's 2024.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, apparently he's really supportive of the U.S. female volleyball team or whatever.
Oh.
And then
random.
He went to Red Lobster and bought everything on the menu because he's like, wanted to save it going bankrupt. And I was like, that's not how it works. Why would you save a corporation anyways?
That's weird.
But okay, Flavor Flav, you go to Red Lobster, I guess. How are you still making money from anything? Anyways.
That's so weird.
No one cares about Flavor Flav. Why don't I? Those deals I see do smell good.
Yeah, so what you should do today is check those deals out. Get some volumes of this if you're interested now.
Get Oshinoko!
And support IST. They're the best.
Everyone read it. It's my favorite. All I do every day now is just look at the figures and figure out which ones I want.
Do they have baby ones?
Yes.
That's cute.
There's it's a cute little figure of her with those two as babies.
That's cute.
So sweet. Oh yeah, be sure we're gonna read though, because if we don't, and I come back to this video, we don't have anything, then I will have forgotten.
I can't think of the name of that manga that you keep talking about that I need to read, and I was like, I have it. Nope. Is it something about her back?
Oh, Don't Talk to My Back?
Yeah, you want to read that?
Yeah.
I mean, you've read it, but I haven't.
Yeah, I'll read it again.
Okay, cool.
Oh, it's perfect. You're about to be a mom, so your life will be better than hers.
Let's go.
Let's go.
That bar is low, I guess.
All right, join us next Sunday for Don't Talk to My Back. We'll see you all next time. Bye.
Have a good Sunday.
I mean, it's